oh, I gotta go work out. Because when you say I got to go work out, you're putting a negative connotation to it, saying that it's a burden. It's burdensome for me to go work out. Instead of putting in a term of positivity and affirmation, saying I get to go work out. It's a privilege for me to go work out. Because there are young men and women who are starving. There are young men and women who don't have the opportunities that you have. There are young men and women who have transitioned on into another realm. They don't have these opportunities. They don't have these privileges, because it's not a right, it's a privilege. It's a privilege. So you get to go work out. You get to read. You get to eat. You get to play with your friends. You get to practice and roll around on the mat. You get to, I don't know what y'all call it in judo, coach.
Beat people ass.
You get to beat people ass, right? You get to, you know what I'm saying, shoot the basketball. You get to, you know what I'm saying, do skill drills. You get to do these things. And when you change how you think about it, you change how you see it. When you change how you see it, you change your action towards it, because you appreciate it so much more. And if you don't appreciate it, the things that you appreciate, disappreciate will be taken away from you. Because you're taking it for granted.
We don't want to preach this thing, but we will.
Yeah.
Okay? We talked about be calm. We talked about say it, believe it, write it, work it. All right? Now, when you start doing all these things, you start asking for different things. When you start focusing on your food and your sleep and your recovery, you start asking for different things. You ask your mom, you ask your dad for different stuff. Because the book say you have not.
Because you ask not.
Because you ask not. Now, it's very difficult for you to ask for that which you don't want. When you say things differently, when you believe something, when you write it differently, when you work it differently, when you understand what you want to become, you start asking for those things. Because whether you know it or not, you're making a request to the universe through your behavior.
Yep.
So when you log on or you get on Snapchat, what you telling the universe is, I want to communicate on Snapchat. May I communicate on Snapchat? The universe says yes.
Absolutely.
May. When you turn the phone off at a certain time, you say, tell the universe, may I rest so that I can recover. So that I can get the opportunity to work out in the morning.
And the universe gonna give you everything you ask for.
But people don't understand. There's two types of communication. Basically, there's verbal and there's nonverbal. And you asking the universe in your behavior.
Yep. 55% of human communication is nonverbal.
Watch this. Okay. I didn't say nothing to you, did I? But how do you know I want you to come in?
Because of your actions. And we don't trust.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? We don't trust words, we trust behavior, we trust patterns.
So let me segue. Let me segue. I don't want to. Let me segue. Food, sleep, mindset, recovery, and the last one was movement. Nothing happens until something what?
Some move. Some gotta move. You gotta make a move. And we don't trust behavior. I mean, we don't trust words, we trust actions. Because in your actions, you're telling me what you want.
Talking to me loudly when you act.
You're screaming. I heard what you said.
Holler.
I heard what you said, but I'm seeing what you do. Watching what you do. So you're telling me what you want, but you're also telling me what you value, where your value is. What are you willing to invest? So, you know, high school kids, they constantly trust the process. One, you can't trust the process because you haven't put the time in to the process. You're not willing to invest the time to make the transformative effort, which is not overnight, but it is overnight. Because you're not going to just do one thing today and expect it to happen tomorrow. That's just not how life works. Everything is circular. Everything goes through a process. I don't care how quick it is. I don't care how long it takes. But one thing I can assure you is the process is going to determine the outcome, the result at the end.
The process determines the product. Man, listen, Coach, I know I saw you looking at your watch, and I know we got to.
No, I'm good. No, somebody sent me a notification. I'm good. I got time.
That's good for me too. But listen, we covered food, sleep, mindset, movement, recovery, and you change something that I do now, because I'm older than you are, man. So some of my tools and skills are rooted in a demographic that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Which is why I say there's things that you teach me.
Right.
So I'm old school. I'm getting up talking, I'm Hulk Hogan, say your prayers, eat your vitamins. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bang in the weight room.
Right.
Which is what I want to say. It's on the strength and conditioning side, it's the preparation of the preparatory movement before we even start to move. What we need to do before we even start to train, or before I can even have those conversations of, hey man, the road is free, put your shoes on, go outside for a run. Where they are now, they need to have the discussion of food, sleep, mindset, movement, recovery.
Yep.
Larry, can you turn your phone off and go to sleep on time?
Can you go to sleep on time?
Better decisions with your food.
Yep.
Can you get some more movement in during the day?
Yep.
Can you focus on your recovery?
Yep.
I don't know what recovery is. You Google every damn thing else.
Yep.
Can you work on your mindset? Now,
Yep.
watch this in. For Christmas, now you know why. I bought you a what?
Sandbag.
No, not only that. I bought you an alarm what?
Clock.
Watch out. Cause you didn't. I know you done had this discussion with your athletes who all said, I use my phone for an alarm. Watch now. When I buy you an alarm clock, $10, you don't really understand the value of it. I take notes when you're talking to me. When you're talking to an expert, take notes. All right.
You taking no expert.
You say what?
I said, I ain't no expert.
Listen, you an expert in your space.
Oh man.
Let me tell you something.
Appreciate you.
Listen, to a 5-year-old, you're an expert on how to tie shoes.
That's right.
You don't need to be no PhD in shoe tying to teach somebody how to tie their shoes.
That's right.
Have you been to the NFL?
I have.
You want to go?
Yes.
Have you played D1 football?
I have.
Do you want to go?
Yes.
Were you all conference?
Yes, sir.
You want to be all conference?
Yes.
Were you all state?
Yes, sir.
You want to be all state?
Yes.
You got a scholarship?
Yes, sir.
You want a scholarship?
Yes.
He's a goddamn expert. So listen, for this right here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this right here, okay?
That's a trap.
We say
It's a trap.
It's the trap house.
It's a trap house.
It's the trap house, man.
Yeah, hey.
Now I'm telling you right now.
What them cars they got? Them hot cars where they leave the door unlocked and they leave the key in the ignition and people go get them joints and the door lock on them.
Lock on them. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Now, it's a good tool. Now here's the problem with this. Okay, here's the problem.
If you know how to use it.
Here's the problem with this. This here, how much does an iPhone cost, Rufus?
$800.
Between $800 and $1,200.
Yep.
Will you please, Keith Pough, tell me what toy you had growing up that cost, $800, $1,200?
I ain't had none.
These children walk around with an $800, $1,200 toy. Some of them say, "Oh, mine ain't number 600."
I ain't had that toy that was $600.
I had $600, $800, $200. Now understand this. And you're not gonna sit there and lie. Have you ever been on Google Scholar? No. You ever been on Google? No. Okay, so Google Scholar is where you find the answers to your questions. See, Google ain't got no answers for you. Google Scholar got the answers. Google has some answers. Google Scholar has the answer.
The answer. Difference in nomenclature.
The difference, right?
Different in nomenclature there.
Right. When you Google, you Google. When I Google, I get on Google Scholar. Like he gets on Google Scholar. When he's looking at the research to help him write the program, we get on Google Scholar. So you can ask Siri. Siri gonna guide you to Google or Wikipedia. You ask Siri, she pull up Wikipedia for you, don't she? Yeah, Wikipedia ain't. You can't use Wikipedia in no research paper. No,
absolutely not.
There's a way that you can use this, man. This for movement. This has apps on it where you can chart your steps. There's map my walk, map my run, movement apps for food, calorie counters, Fitbit, Fat Secret apps for recovery. They got recovery. Okay. They got stretching app where you can stretch your whole.
Sleep apps. Sleep quality.
They got. But for mindset, you can pull up YouTube, look at some good mindset. Did your daddy buy you some mindset CDs? Did you listen to them? No. Did you listen to them? No. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. That it's not bad. I'm not getting on you. I just want you to understand that every world-class athlete, you talked to Coach Pep Hamilton too, you met Jimmy Johnson, Super Bowl champ, also a bruh. Every person I put you in front of, they giving you some tips on what you need to do. Poppy just slap you in the head, don't he?
Yes.
Right, because that Poppy old school, so he Poppy believes that's neurological recalibration.
He need to get you right.
Poppy just gonna slap the shit out you. He ain't got time for all this here. He not talking to you.
Yeah.
Curvy
move. Told you one. I'm gonna tell you one time.
One time, and after that, he gonna ask you, "Did you get up in the?" And that's exactly what he do, right? Right, because he don't have time for all that. See, the new wave. I talk more, and he talk more than I do now. And he got to talk to the people differently. And y'all be like, somebody sent me an article that some coach got fired because they said she was emotionally abusive.
Oh yeah, I don't know how they do it these days.
Listen, I don't coach to I don't coach to Olympic level athletes no more, right? I stopped. I stopped.
Yeah,
I stopped.
They soft these days, boy. Soft and wet tissue.
Listen, I'm talking about.
Different.
It's very different.
Different.
And they swear they getting it.
They different.
I told someone, I said, son, I don't care how tough you think you are as a running back. If you line up in front of Jack Tatum,
that boy gonna take your head off.
But he'll knock your penis inside out.
And then he gonna dare your mama to say something. And then dare your daddy to say something.
Say something. So you think these people not playing no games with you. They're not playing no games with you. And what he's giving you are what we call the soft tools. Okay? They're soft tools. They're hard tools, but there's also soft tools. The bottom line is, if you're a high school athlete and you listen to this, if you cannot do the soft tools, if you can't eat right, sleep, move more, do the recovery, and work on your mindset, you can forget about the rest. Now, here's the thing. You might be able to not do those things and still get a scholarship.
But it's going to catch up with you.
But it's going to impact you when you want to do it afterwards. Everybody going to have that time when they snap that, they put that chin strap on for the last time, they hear that click, click.
Click, and it's the wrap.
And let me tell you something. You didn't know when it was your last time putting it on.
You don't know when's your last time. You don't know when your last time.
You thought you had another one.
You thought you had one more day.
Thought maybe the CFL would get me. Maybe I get one over here, and he was like, I don't want to do no arena football. I'm good with that. But I know I can play. I done seen what they got in there. I know I can get it.
No, I got it, but that phone stopped ringing. You never know.
You never know.
And the harsh reality is you can do just about everything right, and you still have it chopped away from you. But I'd much rather do it the right way than cut corners and say, what if? And say, what if? Because at least I know I gave it everything I had. I did everything to the best of my ability that I could have done with the resources that I had.
So that's
no stone unturned.
That's what we got on the high school athletes. So now, really, when I say quick, let's do it in about 5 to 7 minutes. Then we'll close it off. What is your advice to collegiate athletes? And what are you recommending without, giving away some of the stuff that you guys are doing at University of Maryland? What are you doing right now in this COVID-19 situation to make sure that your athletes arrive on campus in the fall, no matter when that date is, in shape and ready to work?
Can we pause real quick so I can use the restroom?
Yes, sir. So what you got, man, on the for some advice for the collegiate athletes, man, the college athletes going through this particular coronavirus situation, and you're trying to make sure that your team or that you need to make sure that your team, your teams, your athletes are ready to go, man, in the fall. What advice can you give some of the some of the kids out there? And they always tell us when I was coaching college, I always tell us, man, don't call these people kids, they're young adults.
Yeah, young adults, right?
They tell you that too, right? They tell you that too.
Put the right term on it.
Yeah, they put it, but they kids though.
They still trying to figure out life out. We still trying to figure life out. I would simply say to them, one is your mindset mentality. Be where you are now and do the best that you have, because if you don't take care of yourself mentally, then physically, emotionally, you're not even going to be ready nor prepared to come back and return to any kind of performance or play, because you're going to be so out of whack. And I think for the most part, we've done a great job in this world, in this society, of compartmentalizing things and putting them in as far as how the body operates, when everything is interconnected and all they're interchangeable in how in the inner working. So if I'm not ready mentally, I'm not emotionally, this has an effect on my body physically. So your mind got to be right first. Now I would just start with the mind. I'm telling them to be where you are, do the best that you have with what you have, because everybody's situation is different. And there's an old story about a kid who didn't eat in elementary or in middle school, who didn't eat, who slept on the hard floor, who was wearing the same clothes for 7 days, but the teacher yelling at him for not having a pencil. That kid don't care about that pencil. This kid is hungry. This kid is emotionally distressed. This kid needs shelter, right? This kid cares nothing about a pencil. So I try to connect with them as a human first. What do you need? How can I help you? Because people they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if I care first, they're more apt and more willing to share their story with me. They're more willing to dive in and to do, the program that I've prescribed for them. So I try to tap in with them emotionally. And I also, try not to blow their phone up, because I know most athletes, they have a ton of coaches reaching out to them. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and give them the best tools available to say, look, this is what you need to do, because this is what you said you wanted to go. And I trust you. I want to put the onus on you, because this is what we've been able to do in the past. But I've shared with them, look, now is the time where you get the butter from the duck. Because it's easy to do it when you got gyms open, you have the resources. Are you willing to put that same effort and energy in when you don't have? Can you do it with less? Are you willing to load up that suitcase and do those squats? Are you willing, to hit the road? The road is free. Find you a hill. Are you willing to do those step ups on the stairs? Are you willing to do those push ups? Are you willing?
This is where your HBCU experience comes into play.
Comes into hand because we used to doing more with less. We've always operated from a deficit. So to you, this is business as usual. You like, hey, I haven't had it anyway, so I still got to do it. For the, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of athletes, this is a change of pace, especially across the BCS, championship division, championship levels. You don't have those high-tech facilities now. You don't have all that technology. You got to get back to brass tacks. You got to get back to the fundamentals. And this is the basis of our training, is keep it simple. Keep it simple. We just going to change different variations throughout the progression, but we're going to keep it simple. Because now everything that we do in our program, you can do at home. Everything. There's nothing that you can't do in our weight room that you can't do at home. You just may not have the tools readily available and accessible to you that we have in our weight room. Might have a different way to load yourself, but you can do the same things at home. Now it comes down to, are you disciplined? Are you willing to develop the habits and the routines to put yourself in the best position possible when this is all over? And it starts with your mental. So I start with the mental. I lay on, you know what I'm saying, being disciplined in the programming that I rolled out for them, which is it's not much. And any strength coach can tell you there's nothing sexy about this program. There's nothing sexy about most programs. Most successful programs.
6 exercises, a couple supplementals, and let's go to work.
That's it. Let's go to work. Is nothing sexy about, you know, the most effective strength and conditioning programs. Like that IG stuff, it looks great on camera. It looks good. It's cool. But that's not what wins ball games. That's not what makes you a better athlete. That's not what gets you stronger. That's not what allows your body to perform at a high level. Most of those things are arbitrary, and they are so left field at best. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of it is just straight bullshit, to be honest with you.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
People ask me about, yeah, but what about movements? What about specificity training? I say, as you get higher in your sport, you get your specificity of training
in your sport. In your sport. Playing your sport.
I tell people, I said, it's as simple as this. I said, man, when I was lifting, okay, all right, it was squat,
yep,
bench,
yep,
dead,
yep,
and cleans.
Yep.
And it was a compendium of the movement because I'm not an Olympic level weightlifter, so I'm doing clean pulls.
That's it.
The spending the time trying to learn how to do a perfect clean is taken away from the time that I have. I just did the triple extension from the left of the ankle to the knee. That's it. I can also get it from weighted squat jumps or weighted jumps.
Whatever.
I get everything that you got on that perfect power clean from those movements. I'm just trying to suck the most out of the movement possible for.
That's it.
That's all you need for collegiate athletes.
That's it.
When you start dealing with professional athletes, you got to pull a little bit neurologically for them because they need to. Now, how can I maximize what Usain Bolt has without hurting him? So I can't make Usain Bolt squat 600 pounds, even if he could do it, because I don't want the wear and tear on the hip. So what do? I put Usain Bolt on a single leg.
That's it. You work lateral.
Leg squats with weight to work on intramuscular coordination, neuromuscular adaptation. So when you get to that end, you got to start doing things a little bit different based up on the athlete that you're working with.
And the demands of the sport.
But in that 14 years old to 22 years old, listen to me very carefully.
You need to be doing the fundamentals.
You need to be doing it. Listen, you need to be able to squat.
That's it.
You need to be push. You need to be able to pull.
And this is what I tell them. And I look at it this way: squat, lunge, press, pull, carry. I would, and if you look at any solid program,
and a little bit of rotation,
and a little rotation. If you look at any solid program, there's multiple exercises with 1 or 2, 3 of those components.
Correct.
There's a squat pattern, there's a lunge, there's a press, there's a pull, there's a carry, there's rotation. I don't care how you get it, but you're doing one of those. You're doing a couple of those things in every program.
Correct.
So between 14 and 22, you need to be able to squat bilaterally. You need to be able to lunge. You need to be able to do some push-ups. Now, what you can do is what we call tweakology, is we just change the variation, change the angle. We just change the tempo, change the intensity, cut down the rest time.
Change the load.
Speak up the volume. Peak up the volume. So, Monday might be a moderate day. Wednesday will be a high neural day. So that'll be an intense day. We talking about we going hard in the paint. And then Friday, we going for our central governor. We trying to tap out. Now, given what we have, the tools that you have might not be available, but the methods always there. You always got the methods. Always got the methods. So if you and there's no secret. That's all we doing here. We gonna squat, we gonna push, we gonna pull, and we just gonna find different ways to do it.
Right.
Just gonna find different ways to do it. And going into the summer, and I'm glad you touched on that, the expression of power, because Olympic weightlifting is exactly what that is.
Olympic.
There are people who train. There are people who train their entire lives to perfect these techniques. If you are proficient in teaching those techniques, kudos to you. If your athletes have the mobility, if they have the proficiency in those movements, more power to you. But that takes a great deal of teaching, and you have to be a technician at time. A lot of what we don't have is time when we have 20, 40, 60 athletes. So what are we going, and this is, what's the end goal?
What are we spending the bulk of our time
on?
Here's what people don't realize. When Coach Pough sits down and makes a program, or I make a program, there's what we call a chronological landscape that we're working with. So from now until the season ends with that athlete, that calendar is already set. Already set. What we put in there is based upon the time that we have.
Well,
I can't. Sometimes you got 16 weeks, sometimes 24 weeks, sometimes 40 weeks.
Depending on the sport. Yep.
Depending on the sport. I can't spend my time using 3 and 4 and 5 weight room sessions teaching you how to power clean.
Nope.
Nor can I spend the volume of work on teaching you how to power clean and making you. Sometimes you can.
Yep.
So once they've mastered some other stuff, or if you have somebody who's going to spend their time to do it, or some parents did it for their kids early, which they do. Some people got means, they learned early. But most of the time, I say, what does this lift provide, and what do I need?
What do I need from it? I got to get triple extension. How can I get that triple extension?
I need to get what I can get from the second pull.
Yep.
So, do I need to rack it?
Nope. Do I rack it on the basketball court? Are you racking it on the football field? Are you are you stopping the bat or the barbell when you swing through?
No. So can I use the push press? Of course.
Absolutely.
Can I use the push press? Yes.
Can I use a sandbell? Yes. Can I use a basketball? Can I use a weight vest? Can I use a suitcase? Can I use a kettlebell?
And I get triple system, all that. And I don't have to teach the power clean.
Right. And I don't have to wear and tear on my wrist. I don't have the, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to load my spine. I can keep my joints fresh.